Before I continue on my rant on Mark Ruffalo and why he doesn't deserve the Avengers and Ed Norton and stuff, I forgot to actually mention one other character that I thought I would never see in live action, and this just dawned on me. Johnny Blaze, also known as Ghost Rider. Never thought I'd see Ghost Rider get a live action movie either. Just thought that I would throw that out since I forgot to put him in the pile. You guys know me, I tend to forget shit and then on the fly, for some reason, remember it at the last minute. But anyway, back to why Ed Norton should be in the Avengers. Look, I had no problem when Ed Norton got outed. Now I say Ed Norton needs to be brought back because at least Ed Norton has enough dignity and respect to come in and do the Avengers. But because Marvel wants to be prideful, because he stood up and got defiant with them, and all this other drama, now we got Mark Ruffalo playing the Hulk. And I guarantee you, no matter how good a job he does at playing the Hulk, it's not going to matter to me just simply because of that statement. I would never do a superhero movie until Robert Downey Jr. did Iron Man. And then this guy has the balls in the same sentence to say that he's not doing it for the money. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm getting sick of most of these celebrities that have no passion or any respect for the characters that they're playing to just come waltz in and think that they should do a character. Let me tell you something. Ryan Reynolds, everybody dogs him about being the choice for Green Lantern. Let me remind y'all of a story. Okay? One of the script writers for Green Lantern misspelt the quote. And guess who was enough of a nerd? Guess who was nitpicky enough to actually know the actual oath? Ryan Reynolds himself. So all of y'all who are comic book fans, etc. and beyond, y'all dog him, but yet he's the guy who saw that error in the script and actually cussed out the screenwriter. Well, not so much cussed him out, but just gave the guys, a hard time, saying, look, man, this is the oath, this is important. The fans, they want me to say the oath, and when they want me to say it correctly, you can't misspell the oath. I mean, he went up and down this guy's ass like a stairmaster about the oath. Nicolas Cage worked very closely with Mark Steven Johnson to make sure that Ghost Rider was absolutely, as good as it needed to be. And Nicolas Cage is a very huge Ghost Rider fan. Michael Chiklis, very casual Fantastic Four fan. He always wanted to play the Thing, and his childhood dream came true. Robert Downey Jr. started collecting Iron Man comics. Hugh Jackman, who's played Wolverine in the X-Men films, has started collecting as a personal side hobby alongside his son Wolverine comics. And Hugh Jackman took time out of his busy schedule at the Comic-Con to introduce that trailer that introduced Gambit for X-Men Origins. And he did it as a surprise. Nobody even knew that he was going to be there. He kept it very hush-hush. So I ask you guys, who dog all these celebrities saying that they're just making a whole crap load of money and that they're in it for the money, let me ask you, with guys like Ryan Reynolds, guys like Robert Downey Jr., guys like Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans, or guys that actually try to follow the source material, or at least get a basic sense of where the character's at. Chris Hemsworth, did not absolutely know jack squat about Thor. And yet he perfectly portrayed the God of Thunder. Because he got the basic gist of the character and then took it from there. He took Thor and made him his own, but yet stayed true to who the character was. He didn't come off as cheesy or cliche. He was Thor. And with guys like him, Hugh Jackman, and Robert Downey Jr., and even Michael Keaton, dare I say it, and Chris Reeves, they all embody the characters. And everyone, and getting back to my mini rant about people like Crispy Kid 09, they like to school people on their comic book fanism, but yet what they don't realize is that, you know, especially with people talking about the girl power movement in Hollywood, that's bullshit to me. I'm sorry. There's no such thing as a girl power moment. Oh, you got Alice from the Resident Evil series. You got Lady Sif and Thor. You got... You know, it's okay to have a female love interest, but as long as she can kick ass, I'm fine with it. But I think it's complete garbage that women are downplayed to the love interest, or that people like Crispy Kid who know nothing about the characters that, say, someone like me or you know about Mount Vernon Kid, or even Ziploc Gory or anyone else, that they want to dare school people like us who have read the characters, know a lot more about the characters than they do, sitting there, that more than they do, picking their nose and flinging their boogers and putting them under a desk and causing a booger collection, whatever you want to call it. I'm sick of people whining about how superhero movies are so cliche and so stupid. Let me tell you something. Transformers. Everybody talks about, oh, you raped my childhood from the 80s. You know what? Fuck you. It's not for you. There's stuff in there for you that you can reference, that you can catch. But stuff like Transformers, G.I. Joe, all that, stuff like Transformers Prime and G.I. Joe Renegades, that's there for the new generation. The new Thundercats, for the new generation. Voltron, new generation. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, new generation. The stuff that we love is still there. They got the DVDs, they got everything. It's not gone, it's not obsolete. You can find this stuff. But for the love of God, people,